trying to get a little bit of smoothness going. You can tell it's not very smooth. And I really don't love a box blade for doing this type of work, but I mean, it's doing a pretty good job. Kind of feel like I'm in a good spot there for that. I've just got my I got my cruise control set all the way up. I'm in low gear right now, or loader gear, or whatever. Anyways, and you can see down here we had a pretty big low spot. The dam there was about a foot or so. It was about a foot or so short on just this one side. Everything else was really good. But I do not have it in 4-wheel drive. It's dry enough. Seems like it's doing its thing. So we'll go back over. We'll go like half a blade, and we'll just see. You know, I would think the way it's going, I would think we're going to pull this down pretty good, pretty quick. So I don't think I'll have terrible amounts of time in it. I mean, I could probably go in medium gear. I may kick up a gear here after I get the camera mounted. But there's a low spot there, obviously. You can see it's doing pretty good. Pretty good. I might put you guys, I might put you guys on a tripod. I did not bring the 360 camera. This would be really good for the 360 camera, but I'll probably get you guys on a tripod so you can see a larger area and maybe do some time lapse. Up here, I haven't really got anything up here yet. A lot of this nice dry up here. Get it in there. I'm gonna have to come in and do some work with the skid loader in that ditch when we're all said and done. Look how smooth that looks. Look how nice it's looking. Still taking about the same pass. Got about 2 foot overhang on my box doing my cut. And I jumped on the other side of the road over there just to let this dry out a little bit in the sun. Still had some wet spots. You know, they weren't mud, but you can tell they had some moisture in it. And it's, as you can tell from the dust, it's pretty dry. Dried out pretty good. The nice thing is doing this is now that if it rains, so a lot of your highs and lows are going to be filled up now. So the nice thing with that is if it rains, water's not going to sit in those highs and lows. So your job site's gonna dry out a whole lot quicker than what it did before. So just go ahead and see what we can do with this rough stuff up here. I've still got a lot of work to do up here, so I wasn't really too worried about tuning this up. But I mean, if we can at least grade it up a little bit, get it in a little better shape than what it is. That way, at least when we're driving around, it's smoother. It doesn't have to be finished by any stretch yet. Pull the center block up out of the ground. I heard it clunk. I didn't know what the heck I was doing back there. Oh, I think my dad will be surprised when he comes up here and runs a tractor on this. If I had time today, a couple more turns on this would make it real nice. A couple more directions, but this is turning out really good. This is this is the 4th pass with a box plate. Now granted, you could have taken one of those passes down with a grater scraper, or a land plane, or whatever you want to call it. Every company calls them something different, but Lamprite calls it a grater scraper, so I call it a grater scraper because that's the first one I ever bought. And you can typically take at least one pass, if not 2 passes off your entire project, if you're using one of those, or at least that's about what it equals out to me. So they're about double the money, but they do a lot more work. And you don't have to be as experienced with the attachment either. Not that running a box blade is super difficult, but there's some tricks to it. And that grater scraper is a little more forgiving. Yeah, I'm super happy how this is turning out. Dad's gonna run up here tomorrow and pick up all these sticks. Him and his wife, they're gonna bring side by side up, and they're gonna pick up all the sticks, which will be nice. Get them out of the way, and then he can come out on the tractor and really run. He's gonna come up here once a week until we get it seeded. We still got another couple weeks of work before we can seed it, and we're not quite to seed season yet. It's coming. Spine cut, you can take even less of a pass. Right now I'm only taking about half a box. I don't know if you can notice that, or if you notice that or not, but I'm taking about half a box on this final pass. It's actually doing a little better than 2-foot overhang. It's really working it in good. Put it up here. rain on this would be pretty good. Moisten up that top layer, because you've got hard spots and soft spots now. And just a touch of rain on this, maybe a quarter inch, half inch of rain would do quite a bit. Took less work than what I thought it was going to. Figured it'd need a lot more tune-up than this, but this is going pretty good. As you notice, I'm trying to, this is probably my final pass over here. I'm trying to get a lot of the sticks kind of up in one area if I can. Try to keep them in the box, trying to catch them where I can take them up front, kind of have them in a pile, if you will, or at least close to each other instead of going all over to get them. Guys, there you go. She's pretty smooth. Pretty smooth. I'm gonna have Dad come in and do the final touches and tune up with his grader scraper. All I have for this tractor right now is a 8-foot box blade. It's the box blade we used on the 5075 for snow. It did a really good job at moving a good amount of dirt. Now we just need some tune up with Dad's grader scraper. He ended up buying a grader scraper for his tractor, but as you can see, it's nice. Your highs and lows, your highs will be the shiny spots, your lows or levels will be the dull spots. So as you can see, there's a lot of dull and not a lot of shiny. He was out here picking up some sticks. There's still some sticks and some rocks and stuff like that we'll probably need to pick up, but we're gonna have to do that probably 2 or 3 more times, because we're gonna have him run over it with the grader scraper with the teeth down 1 notch probably. We're gonna see what that does, and then that'll pick up any other debris, kind of get that top course out so you don't find any rocks when you're seeding, and it'll actually help you powder up the top because his blades are level with the skid shoes. That's kind of where I tend to set them. They do pretty good. Super happy with the tractor. It burned the equivalent of a tank of fuel. I showed up about that much fuel, and I filled it up after I burned down to empty, and I burned that much fuel again. So about the equivalent of a tank of fuel. Tractor's only got 16 hours on it. Still not getting good fuel economy. It usually takes, I don't know, 40-50 hours, probably 2 or 3 tanks of fuel, and it starts getting a little better fuel economy. Everything starts loosening up. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm definitely pleased with the tractor. I do like the bigger tires on the MXs. I'm glad I kind of went this route instead of the Deere, because I do like the front tires for multiple reasons. But anyways, hopefully that shows you guys what you can do in a short amount of time. I've probably been on this for 5 or 6 hours, and it's about 5 acres, and it is definitely, you could seed it now, but after we tune it up, it'll definitely give Dad something to do. After we tune it up with the grader scraper, it'll be a piece of glass. But anyways, thanks guys for watching, and we will see you tomorrow.